One of the quiet dangers of midlife is that nothing has to collapse for a man to lose contact with his own life. He can keep working, paying the bills, supporting his family, and doing everything expected of him. From the outside, his life looks stable, but inside, he may feel increasingly absent from it. Years pass because there is no crisis demanding change. So what helps some men become clearer, stronger, and more alive with age? 7 changes, and the first begins with the version of yourself other people have learned to expect. The first change is that you stop performing. Most men learn to become whatever the room requires: dependable, agreeable, strong, never needy. You know when to stay quiet, when to say yes, and which parts of yourself are easier to hide. But there is a difference between adjusting your behavior and abandoning your identity. When you become a different man in every room, approval stops feeling real. People are responding to the version you created to keep them comfortable. A stronger second half begins when you remain respectful without disappearing. The second change is reinvention. It usually arrives through loss. A career changes, a relationship ends, the body slows down. A role that once gave you identity no longer fits. At first, you try to restore the old life, but sometimes the life you are trying to save has already ended. Reinvention is not pretending to be younger. It is releasing what has become false and deciding what still deserves to continue. The third change is that you stop calling every form of decline aging. Age is real, but poor sleep, little movement, constant stress, careless eating, and ignored medical concerns also have consequences. The goal is not to look 25. It is to preserve a body that still allows you to participate in your own life. Move regularly, protect your sleep, eat real food most of the time. Pay attention before fear forces you to. The fourth change is taking responsibility without turning it into lifelong punishment. Every man has regrets, words he wishes he could take back, people he failed, opportunities he avoided. But self-hatred is not accountability. Punishment says, because I failed, I must remain the man who failed. Responsibility says, I did this. I will repair what I can and live differently now. Carry the lesson forward. Do not carry the sentence forever. The fifth change is that you stop waiting for life to improve on its own. Life can be unfair. Some losses were not your fault. Some circumstances were never under your control. But when you decide that nothing you do matters, you surrender the part of your life that still belongs to you. You cannot change the past or control another person, but you still control your next decision. Make the call. Set the boundary. Ask for help. Schedule the appointment. Take one step before you feel ready. Movement often creates the motivation you are waiting for. The sixth change is becoming clear about what matters. Many men spend decades pursuing goals they never consciously chose. Status, approval, money, recognition, or the appearance of success. A man can win the game everyone told him to play and still feel strangely defeated. The question is no longer only, how can I become more successful? It becomes, what is still worth giving my remaining years to? You need enough clarity to stop trading your health, peace, relationships, and time for things that no longer matter. And the seventh change protects all the others. You learn to adapt. Men often suffer twice when life changes. First, because something valuable is lost, and then because they keep demanding that the present return to the shape of the past. The old career, the old relationship, the old body, the old world. Adaptability is not surrender. It is knowing when to push, when to adjust, and when to release what cannot be restored. Nostalgia is a place to visit, not somewhere to live. And this is where the 7 changes become one. Stopping the performance, reinventing yourself, protecting your health, taking responsibility, acting, choosing what matters, and adapting all require the same thing: honesty. The men who build a stronger second half of life are not fearless or flawless. They simply become less willing to lie to themselves. They stop pretending that what harms them is harmless, that what is over can be restored exactly as it was, that more time is guaranteed. The second half of life does not begin with a birthday. It begins when you admit what you already know, and take one action that respects it. Because another decade will pass. The only question is whether, when it does, you will feel that you were present for your own life. Subscribe for more honest conversations about purpose, resilience, and building a meaningful second half of life.